Hello there, you're watching TVS News at 5 p.m. You're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac. Let's begin with our top story. In a land with an area almost equal to that of Peninsular Malaysia, Sarawak has the potential to become a hub for business. According to the chairman of Pendawan Municipal Council, Low Ker Chiang, Sarawak has the expertise to be of great help to other countries.
Low said that Malaysia has successfully been transmitting electricity and sharing its expertise in the field.
We're selling electricity to Indonesia. And now Sarawak Energy is teaming up with Indonesia to build more dams, to help them to build more dams. And we're selling our technology.
The Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg, is also working with exporters such as Korea, Japan and China to produce hydrogen, which can then be exported to other countries around the world.
Hydrogen alone, we're teaming up with the Premier. Our Premier is teaming up with Korea to produce hydrogen. And hydrogen can be compressed into liquid. And then we can export it to Korea, Japan, China, and other parts of the world.
Meanwhile, according to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM, Malaysia's economy has rebounded 16.1% in the second quarter of 2021 as compared to 3.64% in the fourth quarter of 2020.
Malaysia has been ranked the 8th most dangerous country to drive in. An online driver's website, Zutobi, stated that Malaysia recorded an overall safety driving score of only 5.63 out of 10%.
The top 10 most dangerous countries in the world to drive in included Thailand, India, Argentina, and the United States, with South Africa being the worst. Meanwhile, Malaysia recorded 22.5 scores for road traffic deaths per 100,000 of its population, the second highest on the list. However, Malaysia has the lowest amount of alcohol-related road deaths at just 0.1%, despite being among the countries with the most relaxed legal blood alcohol concentration limit at 0.08% for drivers. The blood alcohol concentration refers to the percent of alcohol in a person's bloodstream. In Malaysia, a person is legally intoxicated if they have a BAC of 0.08% or higher. At the same time, Iceland has the least amount of road traffic-related deaths per 100,000 people. There are an estimated 2 road traffic deaths per 100,000, and the number has been declining since 2019.
In all religions, kindness to animal is an exalted virtue. A primary school English teacher, Muhammad Nasmi Rosli from SK Luagan Lawas, wants to instill this virtue among his students in Islamic education. As animals are God's creations, human beings have a duty to look after them. Instead of following the set syllabus, the 29-year-old decided to take it one step further.
When contacted by TVS, Nazmi said the lesson involved teaching his students on how to clean themselves if they accidentally be in contact with a dog. Nazmi, who has been a teacher since 2017, said he decided to add the extra lessons as he wanted to change Muslims' perception about animals considered haram due to his previous encounters.
During the PDPR, during the school PDPR, we have to hantar, some teachers have to go to pedalaman school and hantar kerja rumah. And in pedalaman, there's a lot of people who have pigs and dogs. And I don't like to see teachers, rasa gelinya hantar kat rumah macam ni yang ada anjing. So I don't like that thing. So I feel disturbed by that way, seeing people, you shouldn't feel that way, because in some families, dogs and pigs are already part of the family. So as a teacher, you must have not that way. Because in Islam, if you handle that thing, pig and dog, there's a way to cleanse yourself. So it's not actually a big issue. So in my lessons, I want my students to understand that.
The teacher even included a soft toy puppy and a toy doghouse that he purchased to illustrate his point. When he introduced the method, the students at first hesitated but slowly changed their way of thinking.
In that lesson, I tell the kids, the owner of this dog is on vacation, and the dog are in trouble. You saw the dog tercekik, choked by something the dog ate. And what should you do? Can you do something? Most of them initially hesitate, Allah, it's a dog, I cannot do anything, I cannot. And then when I explain things and stuff, there's a student volunteered to help. So slowly the student understand, as long as animals, haram or not, there's a way to handle it. There's a way we are asked to do our job to help the animal. And the students really like it, and they experience new things. There's a student on my class also keep on, when they see dog, they keep on baling with batu and all. When I handle the entire lesson with them, they slowly understand, they slowly know what to do, and the response is good.
Nazmi believes that situational learning such as these would help students challenge their preconceived notions. He is also pleased that his colleagues support his teaching methods and hopes that this will nurture a new way of learning for his students.
Welcome back. The Great Resignation in the United States has hit 4.5 million, indicating a record that the labor market remained historically tight, as the pandemic era has been affecting the economy around the world, including the US, the greatest demand for supply chain globally to be included. Our correspondent from Washington, D.C., Alfian Zani, has the details.
Hit 5.6 million, another new high. Employment openings exceeded the level of available workers by 5.6 million in March, while a record number of people quit the jobs, the Labour Department reported Tuesday. The level of job postings hit 11.55 million, for the month, also a fresh record for data that goes back to December 2000, according to the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. There was up to 105,000 from February and representative of a jobs market still historically high. At the same time, quits totaled 4.54 million, an increase of 152,000 from the previous month as the so-called Great Resignation continued. The COVID pandemic era has seen opportunities for workers who feel confident enough to leave their current situations for better employment elsewhere. The report adds to an inflationary picture that is expected to push the Federal Reserve into a series of aggressive rate hikes, starting with a half percentage point move on Wednesday. Shortage of labor supply during the pandemic has caused a surge in wages, with average hourly earnings up 5.6% from a year ago in March. Still, that hasn't kept up with inflation, which has run at 8.5% pace over the same time period. On supply, which failed to keep up with demand in March, with the level of new hires actually declining slightly to 6.74 million, despite the increase in openings. Total separations rose to 6.32 million, a rise of nearly 4% from February.
Gunfire erupted at a Southern California church early on Sunday afternoon, May 15, killing at least one person and wounding 5 others. According to authorities, a suspect has been taken into custody.
Additionally, they have not made any statement regarding a possible motive in the church shooting. The shooting occurred at Geneva Presbyterian Church in Laguna Woods, a town of 16,000 that consists of Laguna Woods Village, a retirement community for people 55 and older, once known as Leisure World. It was at least the second mass shooting of the weekend in the United States, which has been plagued with gun violence in recent years. In Buffalo, New York, on Saturday, May 14, a white 18-year-old man opened fire at a supermarket in a mostly black neighborhood, killing 10 and wounding 3 in what authorities described as a purely racist attack.
Former Somali leader Hassan Sheikh Mohamud won the presidency again on Sunday, May 16, in a vote by parliamentarians behind glass walls in airport hangar, as a popular election remains impossible in a conflict-wracked nation.
Mohamud defeated incumbent President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed in a runoff after 3 rounds of voting throughout the day. Supporters greeted the result by cheering and firing guns into the air around the capital, Mogadishu. However, Mohamud now faces a daunting task in the Horn of Africa nation of 15 million people, which is suffering drought, hunger, and seemingly never-ending conflict. The United Nations-backed vote was delayed by more than a year due to squabbling in government, but had to be held this month to ensure a $400 million International Monetary Fund program. It took place during Somalia's worst drought in 4 decades and against a depressingly familiar background of al-Shabaab violence, infighting among security forces and clan rivalries.
That's the update on news at 5 p.m. For more headlines, check out our official website at TVSTVMY or follow us on our social media accounts. On the occasion of Teachers' Day, we extend a warm thank you to all teachers who have always kept the student before themselves. Happy Teachers' Day. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching.